Well, good morning, and good morning, family. How is everyone on this day? This is another great day, another excellent day in the world of Monday Mental Real Estate, and I am here back in the seat once again with yours truly, Dr. Michael Freeland. It's been a whole journey, hasn't it? And guess what? We're not done yet. We got so much work to do, y'all. You have no idea. But I'm so glad that I get an opportunity to come back on another Monday to talk about the things that seem to matter the most in Monday Mental Real Estate. Doing those things that continue to matter, not just for us, but the ones that we love, the ones that we connect with every single day. Oh my goodness, and the ones that need you so much. So Monday Mental Real Estate is going to do what it needs to do and continue to move the way that it does. But why is it so important? I'll tell you in just a minute, because we got some things to do. But before I even get started, let me ask you the question. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Did you spend time with people that loved you? Did you spend time with someone that you love? Did you get some of the most exciting moments of your life throughout this weekend? Did you remember to spend time with the babies? Did you kiss them? Did you enjoy hearing those laughs? Did you enjoy just the moments of life and understanding what it really is in the perspective of your thought? So today is Monday Mental Real Estate, no different. And we're here to do something that is amazing and talk about the positive and negative contributors to your mindset. And what does that mean for you? Absolutely everything. We don't miss the moment when it comes to your mental real estate. The positive and negative contributors to your mindset. So let's get to it. Dr. Michael Freeland here in the seat, talking to you once again a little bit. We got a little rain in the area, so if you hear a little thunder and lightning, don't worry, guys. It's just going to be a part of the formality of what we got today, because we are lightning in a bottle. Let's keep it going, y'all. Dr. Michael Freeland here once again. And you know what? Right now, I want to share a few things with you because you know I love the life applications, right? So today's life application is something simple, but oh my God, so complicated. In this world of mental real estate today, we're going to talk about a couple of things. And one of the things that I want to talk to you about is this life application. I can remember when I did my job, and I can remember my job, I spent like almost 17 years in the field. So I spent a lot of time working around a lot of things that would hurt you. I'm working in the Department of Transportation. So in doing so, we would be a lot of times out in the fields. We would be in the creek beds. We would be all around. And I can remember those times of going through one thing to the next. And as I went from one thing to the next, I can remember when I would work for my boss and he would say, okay, we got to go through here and we got to clear this line because we got to get in this area, because in this area, we got to get this information. So I remember having to put those clothes on. And those guys I work with would tease me all the time. Why are you always wearing so many clothes? Because listen, I was scared of getting bit. I was scared. I wasn't scared. I just knew that I had to protect myself. Because when you're out there, you got poison oak, you got poison ivy, you got snakes, mosquitoes, you got anything out there that's looking for a meal. Anything looking for a meal is looking for you. So we would be out there in those woods, and I can remember going through, and I had my machete, right? So as I'm going through, he says, we got to get to the other side of this area. So as I walk up to the area, guess what it is? It is a whole area, and it was a whole row of it, of briar. Now, if you don't know what briar is, imagine yourself in a rose bush with no roses, okay? Now, in the rose bush with no roses, what happens? You remember how you see those thorns on the rose bush. Now, briar is the equivalent to a rose bush, except we're talking about 6 to 8 feet tall. Now, there's a whole wall of this stuff. Now, we got to get through this stuff, okay? Now, I'm looking and I'm saying, y'all have lost your mind. You really think I'm going to go through there? So what he says is, I don't care how we do it. We got to get through this here because we got to get to the other side to get to the information. So me with myself says, listen, I got to go. If I can't, I'm going to go around. I want to go around because we had our machetes, but listen, I've been through this once before. I don't want to go through it again. So I decided I'm going to go around. Now, once I get to the other side, guess what I meet so that I can get to the area I'm supposed to be? Guess what I meet on the other side? Some more of this briar, 6 to 8 feet tall. Now, imagine rose bushes with no rose petals. Tall, wiry, and big, thick thorns on it. And we have to get through it to get the information on the other side, no matter which way you come. So with that said, I had to get this machete and I had to start chopping. I had to start going through. Me and my guys, we was working. We was trying to get through. But you know what happened? As I kept chopping, the thorns would grab me. As I kept chopping, the thorns would grab my thigh. As I kept chopping, they would poke into my clothes because I'm trying to push my way through. As I kept chopping, they started cutting me across my arms. As I kept chopping, they would grab a hold to my hat and snatch it off my head. As I kept chopping, they kept just attacking me and attacking me. No matter how much I cut down, it kept chopping at me. Until I realized to a point, I was trapped. I was trapped. And I had to get through to the other side. But I was trapped, y'all. That thing had me so entangled because it's like wire, barbed wire, humanly created, godly created barbed wire. Nothing that we did, but that's what it was like. So as I got through it onto the other side, I learned something. And I said, wow, this was crazy. I had tears all in my clothes. I had blood running down my arm. And I still had my machete that I was chopping with. But one thing I realized is that sometimes in life, we got to go through in order to get to the other side. If you want to see some things in your life that are good, you're going to have to go through. Now, here's the thing. When you talk to people about the things that they've been through in life, that's funny how you never hear the word around. You don't really hear the word around when we talk about the things that people have gone through. Hey, I went around some depression. Can you imagine that conversation? Hey, I don't know about how you feel about this, but I had to go around this because I knew that this was going to be a problem for me, so I had to go around. But how many times in your life have you realized there are things that you have to go through to see what's going to be good for you on the other side? Now, a lot of development that comes to us through us is about the things that we go through. If we go around it, then a lot of times we in avoidance of what we're trying to go through. But that's funny how God makes a way for you to understand, you want to get to this point right here? I'm going to set this up right here. And I want to make sure that you understand that no matter where you go, no matter how many times you go around from this side to that side, you still have to go through what I have for you. If you want to see this elevation, what are you willing to go through? So here's what I was wondering, because I said in my life and in my mind, there were times that I was trapped. Now, because I was trapped in this barbed wire, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, because no matter how much I swung, no matter what I went through, no matter how much I did, I still found myself stuck in the middle, and I was trapped. I was in the fight of my life and I didn't even understand it. Now, a lot of times, this is what I'm saying, is that there's times in the fight in your life, you're going to be standing right there in the middle of all of the thick of it, and you are going to be alone. You can have a machete, you can have fire, it doesn't matter what you have. You can have a mower, you can cut it down no matter how much, but it seems like every time you start feeling like you're making progress, it starts grabbing on you. It starts cutting on you. It starts tearing at you. You don't understand, and you absolutely 100% will feel trapped. Where are the places and patches in your life where you understand that, listen, my back is against the wall and I am trapped. Now, it's funny because they'll tell boxers, and you see it all the time, what happens when they told you about those fights when you was growing up? If you put me where? If you put me where? One more time. If you put me where? In a corner. If you put me in a corner and my back is against the wall, I have no option but to come out. Now, blatantly said, sometimes you will be so far down that the only direction you can see is up. Because life has done that to you. But trapped. Woo! To put yourself in a position to be trapped. Now listen to me today, because I want to ask some people, because when we're talking about being trapped now, I talk to you about the physicality of being trapped and knowing what it's like to not be able to get out and be closed in and there's nowhere to go and you have no options but to do everything you can to fight your way out. But what does it mean when you're mentally trapped? Mentally. Now, it's one thing to be physically trapped. Has anybody ever evaluated the system to know what it means to be mentally trapped? So let me ask you the question before I give you my rendition of it. Have you ever been mentally trapped? Have you ever been stuck in a situation or a relationship or a condition that has made you feel trapped. Now, that's funny because we look at traps as if we catching mice. Give it up. We looking at traps as if it's a bear trap. Give it up. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the mental real estate of your mentality and what it means to be trapped. So today, let me help you understand a few things. So get your pen and pad ready, because I want to help you get this together, because we always hear these things, but rarely do we have the capability or the understanding or the knowledge that is needed to be provided so we can move forward. So let me get to it. Stay with me, y'all. Feeling mentally trapped means experiencing a state where one feels unable to change. Oh man, I can't even get through the first sentence. But I gotta keep going. It says, experiencing a state where one feels unable to change, progress, or escape a difficult mental or emotional situations. I asked you already, didn't I? Didn't I ask you? Have you ever been trapped? Keep listening. This can manifest as a sense of inertia, paralysis, or hopelessness, often accompanied by a feeling of lacking control or clarity on how to move forward. Oh my gosh. You get trapped by all these things on how to move forward. It can involve being stuck in negative thought patterns, difficult emotions, or challenging circumstances. Wow. That's heavy already, and I ain't even gotten the meat and potatoes. Stay with me, guys, because I'm going to give you something. Because when we talk about some of the key aspects of feeling mentally trapped, now listen, lack of control, mentally trapped. Lack of control. Individuals feel they have little to no control over their thoughts, emotions, or circumstances. Difficulty changing. Listen, difficulty changing. There's a sense of being unable to initiate or sustain positive change. Have you ever been in that position? Negative thoughts and emotions. This can include feelings of hopelessness, despair, sadness, anger, frustration, or fear. Now, inertia and paralysis. A feeling of being stuck, unable to move forward or make decisions. Oh my goodness, y'all. External factors. External factors. While the feeling is internal, external factors like relationships, work, or finances can contribute to the sense of being trapped. This is deep, isn't it? I'm going there, y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. But listen, some of the possible causes of feeling trapped, mentally trapped. Listen, some of the causes: cognitive distortion, negative or inaccurate thinking patterns can create a distorted perception of reality, leading to a feeling of being trapped. Trauma and grief. Trapped. Trauma and grief. Past traumas or unsolved grief can significantly impact one's mental state, leading to feelings of being trapped. Now, mental health conditions. Wow. Mental health conditions. Anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions can contribute to exacerbate feelings of being trapped. Difficult life circumstances. Man, there's a list, y'all. Difficult life circumstances, struggles with finances, relationships, or work can create a sense of being trapped. Now, cognitive immobility. Being mentally stuck in a past place or situation can make it difficult to adapt to new environments or move forward. Now, that's crazy. These were all of the causes. Are you listening? Now, let me give you some of the consequences. The consequences of all of these things I just said: increased anxiety and depression, loss of motivation, physical symptoms. Wow. Let me ask you again, have you ever been mentally trapped? Now listen to this. Overcoming the feeling of being trapped. How do you do this? Listen to this. How do you do this? Seek professional help. How many times do we hear that? But let me ask you the question again. How many times do we hear that? And number two, is it understated? Is it understated? Because it seems as though a lot of times when people tell you to seek professional help, let me be blunt and honest with you, we don't always want people in our business. Can I be upfront with you? A lot of times we don't always want people to know what we're dealing with, what we're going through. But guess what? We don't always want people to know what our symptoms are because they can't give us a remedy. And a lot of times it's in belief. But let me tell you, every time you feel those ways, every time you feel that thought coming on that I don't want to tell this person my business, I don't need them to understand what I'm going through. They don't know me. There ain't nothing they can tell me. What can they tell me that I don't know? They wasn't raised with me. They don't know what circle I come from. But the fact is, when that happens, you become the trap. That's funny because we have a lot of external things that will trap us, but how many times have we snagged the snare on the trap itself where that thing closes behind us? Because a lot of times we don't want people to see what we got in the back room, so we end up what? Pulling the door shut. Have you ever gone into that room in your house when you have company and you wonder, and the company comes over, nobody even knows what you're doing, but you'll walk to the back side of the house and there are about 2 or 3 doors you may close when you have company. Now, why is that? Because when you close the door, you don't want people to know what you got in there. And they tell you, seek professional help. But a lot of times we may be the ones that's closing the door for the help to come and arrive to help you. So listen, seeking professional help. Therapy or counseling can provide support and guidance in addressing the root causes or feeling trapped. Challenge negative thoughts. This one I really strongly believe for all of you. When it comes to being mentally trapped, challenge negative thoughts. Learning to identify and challenge negative thought patterns can help shift perspective. Did you hear that? It can help shift perspective when you challenge your thoughts. Now, how do I say this? When you get into the point where you realize that, you know what, I've been down on myself too long. I've been laying around in this house and I know I had stuff to do and I had stuff I need to get done. You know what? How many times have you said this? Because I've done it. They used to say, just don't answer. But I've had to tell myself, Michael, get your butt up. Now, you know you got stuff to do. Why are you laying around here acting like you ain't got nothing to do? How many times have you been in that place? But let me tell you, every time you move yourself from one position to another, you will open up that trap door, because a lot of times we get trapped in our laziness. We get trapped in our ability to not be even willing to even try to do what we know we're supposed to be doing. So listen, but this doesn't just go into the whole situation of being mentally trapped. It goes because the mentality speaks to the physicality. The mentality speaks to the physicality. So if I can defeat you mentally first, guess what I can do? I can keep you on that couch. I can stop you from your initiative. I can keep you from moving forward. I can keep you away from the people you're supposed to reach. If I can get to you mentally to help you understand and listen, we got trapped, y'all. We thought we was going somewhere. We thought we was doing good. But what I'm trying to help people understand today is that the mental aspect of being trapped goes beyond the physicality of being trapped. Did you hear what I'm saying? Because when you put yourself in the position mentally where this thing starts talking to you, starts telling you what you can't do. You know, I got an auntie right now fighting hard. She's in rehab right now doing the best that she can. But you know what she's doing right now? What you don't get, what you don't understand. Rehabilitation is not for the people who are trapped. It's for all the people who are trying to get out of the trap. Now, because when you get in that trap, it's something, like I said, we get stuck. We immobilize. We're not going nowhere. Oh my God, we get stagnant. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I thought I was going somewhere, but you know what? I don't feel like it anymore. I give up my will to fight. But when you're in that will to live, when you're in that will to succeed, you will understand how to challenge your negative thoughts. I'm almost done here. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Listen to this. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Now, all of these things I'm telling you is going to help you get yourself out of that mental trap, because the mentality will trap you. Because when I said practice mindfulness and self-compassion, one of the things I'm talking about is loving yourself. I used to be hard on myself where, you know, at times I'll be saying, darn it, Mike, quit being so stupid. Mike, why did you make such a bad decision? And, you know, and the thing is, it wasn't even somebody else telling me that. It was me talking. And when I realized that, listen, Mike, every time you do this, you're creating some problems for yourself. You are really setting yourself down back on the stool because you thought you was making progress, and because you didn't see what you wanted to see, make the accomplishments that you wanted to make. Now all of a sudden you're doubting your ability. You're doubting what you're supposed to do. You're doubting what you know about yourself to be true, but because you can't manifest it, you have already shot yourself in the foot. practice mindfulness and self-compassion. It's okay. Let me tell you something. People don't have to feel sorry for you. Let me tell you this. Now, that's the reality of a lot of times. People are going to tell you, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's one thing. But I'm talking about people who, do they really owe you the ability to feel sorry for you? That's a choice if they do. But the thing is, I was taught growing up, not just me, but just living this life, you understand, nobody owes you anything. So if anybody owes it to anybody, it is you who owes it to who? To who? To who? To you. Your life. When you practice, that means self-compassion. It's okay to tell yourself, you know what? You messed up this time. It's okay to tell yourself, it's okay. You know what? We're going to come back from this. You know, I know ain't nobody looking at me. Ain't nobody smiling at me, but you know what? That's okay. I gotta resensitize my purpose. I gotta understand where I'm moving to. But you know what? I remember making that wrong turn. But you know what? Every time driving my car, when I make a wrong turn, what do I gotta do? I gotta make a U-turn, go back to the point of reference, and then get from that point of reference where I need to go. So get it in your head, because I want you to understand practicing mindfulness and self-compassion. Being present in the moment and treating oneself with kindness. Treat yourself with kindness. Treat yourself with kindness. It can be beneficial. Engage in activities that you enjoy. Now, these are things that's going to help you get out of the trap, y'all. Engage in activities that you enjoy. If you like listening to music, put your music on. If you like reading a book, my God, find a good one. Free Your Land, Developing Your Mental Real Estate. If you like being amongst friends, go see and visit your friends. If you like shooting pool, go to the pool hall. It doesn't matter what it is, but I'm saying now it does matter what it is, because I don't want to run anybody into drugs or alcohol or anything that's going to hurt them. But what I am saying is that engage in activities that you enjoy. Rediscovering hobbies and interests can help break the cycle of feeling trapped. And last but not least, build a support system. Build a support system. That's funny. I told you, we always do this. Now, we always do this. I'm going to get off of this live today, and somebody's going to continue to do this. And what am I saying to you? When I say that we're going to continue to do this, we isolate. We stay to ourselves. We don't allow people to know what we're thinking. We don't include ourselves in the things that other people are feeling. We don't interject the things that we know somebody can help us with. But what I'm saying to you is that build your support system. My mama told me when I grew up I'd be able to count all my true friends on one hand. My God, did she tell me the truth, or was she lying? Was she lying, y'all? Yeah, somebody better tell the truth today, because when it said build a support system, that means what? People that you trust. Connecting with trusted friends, family, or support groups can provide a sense of community and encouragement. Let me say that again, because this is the end. I got to give it to you. Building a support system, connecting with trusted friends. Did you hear what I said? I didn't just say friends, trusted. I ain't talking about the ones who just want to call you, girl, how you doing? Oh, he did what? Oh, what? Your job what? Oh my God, that's crazy. Man, that's messed up. I'm so sorry. As soon as they get off the phone with you, hey girl, did you know that so-and-so is going through XYZ? Oh my God, I couldn't believe she was doing that. How in the world did we get to this point? Look at this. Ain't that crazy? Running their mouth about your business, huh? You know how it is about that. But the fact of the matter is, it's your support system, not mine. You build your support system so people can understand that connecting with trusted friends, family, or support groups can provide a sense of community and encouragement. Allow me a moment to just encourage you on today, because the encouragement is what's needed. When we talk about encouraging somebody, we don't understand a lot of times if they're trapped or not. And we don't understand where that trap is. Sometimes that trap can be right there in your bedroom. Sometimes that trap can be right there in your living room. Sometimes that trap can be on your job. Sometimes that trap can be with your family. Sometimes that trap can be right here in your mental real estate. How we deal with the mentality that we have every single day is imperative. It is imperative. It is imperative for you to know where that trap is. Where did it come from? Because we find out, that's funny, the only way you can get trapped is if somebody lays the trap for you. But we don't always understand how we lay the trap for ourselves. We walk right into the trap because we don't understand that along the way we kept telling ourselves what we couldn't do and we laid the trap. We kept telling ourselves this is impossible and we lay the trap. We keep moving along and we see other people fall and they can't find their way to succeed. So we adopt the philosophy that maybe this isn't for me and we lay the trap. And when we fall into that trap, we try to figure out, how did we get stuck in this position? How can we move forward from a place that we've been trapped? And the thing about it, in most traps, you don't even understand how to get out. That's why it's called a trap. This is why I'm here talking to you today. And a lot of times, listen to this. How many times do you walk up on a trap to find what you're looking for? Because in most cases, the only person that can find the trap is the person who set the trap. Let me say that again. The only time it seems like people can actually find the trap, the only one that can find it is the person who set the trap. Wow. So let me ask you today on this Monday Mental Real Estate. Have you been trapped mentally? Have you been mentally trapped in certain things of your life, certain aspects, certain concepts, certain beliefs, certain faiths? Have you been trapped? To be trapped is one thing when someone else does it for you, but it's hard to identify when we do it to ourselves. Love yourself above all. Respect yourself above all. Praise yourself above all. Do the things that's good for you above all. Because the reality of it is, one thing's true, two things for certain. If you're no good to yourself, and you're stuck in that trap, what can you do for me? What you have and what you do for others is a key fact of your existence. Listen to me. It's a key fact of your existence for what you do for yourself and how you do for others. But before we can do for others, as they told me one time, you are no good to anybody else until you learn to be good for yourself. So today's Monday Mental Real Estate is get out of the trap. But the only way I can help you to understand that maybe you're possibly trapped is I got to give you the information to help you know maybe, just maybe, you've been trapped. But today, Monday Mental Real Estate doesn't quit. We're going to keep continuing to elevate, to build the minds of other people to know when it comes to your trap, do what's necessary. Protect yourself, protect your mentality, and do everything that you can to stay out of the trap. Because we're not going around it, y'all. Life is going to take you through it. Everything that you have right now, life is going to take you through it. When you get to the other side, you're going to get to the side that's right. But you got to go through. No matter what way you go around, isn't that funny? No matter what way you go around life, what it does to you. How you go through life is what's going to determine the outcome on the other side. So stay out of the trap and build yourself up and know how to avoid setting these things for yourself because you all deserve it. God bless you all. Thank you for taking your time on Monday Mental Real Estate. I am yours truly, Dr. Michael Freeland, helping you to understand more about these mental traps because my God, is it really real out here. Too many people every day, we're losing because they can't get out of the trap. And you know what happens when you put a wild animal in a trap? They will chew their arm off. They will chew their leg. They will sever a body limb just to get out of the trap. And we're still losing people. We're still losing people all around the world. And all around the world, when they're losing these things that they call this trap, we're losing lives. We're losing precious lives. And we're losing the people that are the influence of tomorrow because they're in a trap and they don't know how to get out. So continue to make sure that your trap is not set for you. And don't set it for nobody else. But when you recognize somebody that is in that trap, it is your obligation to help them know there's a different way. There's a different method. There's a different strategy to getting you out of this trap. Let me just help you. I didn't set your trap for you. But the good thing is, as I found you within your trap, and the person who's on the outside of the trap can help somebody within the trap to get out. Because if they was in it and they knew how to get out, they would release themselves. But a lot of times when you're in the trap, you have no way of knowing how to get out. And we need somebody. We need each other. We need people. So God bless you all. Let me shut up and get out of here. God bless you all. Thank you for taking your time for Monday Mental Real Estate, because it was truly, truly real today to help people understand that mental trap of your mental real of state. It's very real, y'all. That's why it's titled Real of State. God bless you all. Let me shout some people out. Antoine Montouk, my brother. God bless you, man. I love you. It's my big bro in PA. What's going on, man? You know I'll see you soon. We ain't got long. I'm going to come hang out with you. Ronnie Tisdale, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being a part of Mental Real Estate and all the support that you lend. Deidre, Fox, the Clark, my cuz, what's going on, family? I love you as always. You make me so happy. And I feel so special and honored to have my people in here with me every single time. Yolanda Shaheed, thank you so much for being an anchor for Mental Real Estate, doing what it takes to keep mental real estate alive. I love all of your messages, all of the inspiration that you continue to give to help somebody else. And it doesn't matter, because even though I'm done here, y'all gonna see hundreds more people come in, and they're gonna read, they're gonna see this stuff, and they're gonna read your comments. So thank you for continuing to put your nuggets out there, because it may be your word that reaches somebody else. Who else we got in here today? I think I got everybody that I see, except for the one that I'm getting ready to shout out. I thank you all for doing what you can to be a part of Mental Real Estate Monday. And last but not least, my life's blood. My reason for my season that keeps giving. Adds value to me and my life and the life that I live. My mama, Brenda Redmond. I love you, mother. God bless you. Thank you so much for taking your time, standing with me. Oh, I see somebody in here also as well. We got Jesse Nyambu, who is in here as well. I see you watching. I didn't see your comments, but I see you watching. Thank you for coming in here and being a part of this Monday Mental Real Estate. You are truly an ambassador for the country of Kenya and as many countries around and surrounding all of East Africa. Thank you, Jesse Nyambu, for being my assistant all the way across the water. How we do things together. Continue to build what you know and believe for the people of Africa and for the people all abroad as we continue to move forward. God bless you all. Thank you for taking your time for Monday Mental Real Estate. Have yourself a great day and a safe week. And I can't wait to catch you again on the flip side. Dr. Michael Freeland, we did it again, y'all. Remember, stay out of the trap. Take care, guys. I got to go. Bye-bye.